Hello beautiful people. Guys, on the first part of this video I talked about the circumstances surrounding Imade's birth and the relationship between Davido, Sophia Momodu, Mr. Dele Momodu and his wife, and how their involvement became about Imade's birth. Beautiful people, as lengthy as how this explanation from Davido is, guys, I had to continue from this part. Beautiful people, continuing on what Davido had said and explained about his relationship with Dele Momodu, Sophia Momodu, and the birth of their daughter, and how he got to know that Imade is his. Let's continue on the part where he said the custody, lifestyle, and Imade's loss of wellness. Davido continued, beautiful people, and he said in May, the same month Imade was born, Sophia settled in her fancy apartment, of which Davido paid a hefty bill for 2 years' lease. Her baby was healthy and she seemed happy. According to Davido, he said he would take care of all the financial needs of Imade and still pay Sophia's living allowance of 300,000 naira plus utility bills. He said within a matter of weeks, Sophia was missing and lusting for the streets of Lagos, especially the glitzy nightlife. She often left Imade home for clubbing, binge drinking, and a lifestyle of debauchery and deviant living. She would sleep all day and party all night. When awake, she was addicted to the telephone and cannabis. She paid the baby no attention at all and seemed to despise motherhood and parenting. Davido continued and said Imade was in her custody for 2 straight months unchallenged and uninterrupted until the baby took badly and severely ill in July. He said Imade cried ceaselessly for 48 hours. She was rushed to the hospital where her condition confounded medical experts. He said several tests were conducted on her and later on her mother, which is Sophia. Beautiful people, he said, medical reports herein attached, Exhibit 1, proved that Sophia's blood was polluted to the maximum level with cannabis, and she had, by the process of breastfeeding, infected her child with complicated medical condition associated with the use of alcohol and especially cannabis. The trouble spot for Imade was her lung. She had difficulty breathing, largely because of the contaminated breast milk and the severity of the second stroke of marijuana inhaled by the poor child. He dropped proof of the test results, guys, and he continued by saying, this proof, according to him, is Exhibit 1. Then he continued by saying, the medical experts at the hospital were enraged by the callous treatment of Imade by her own mother and declared her unfit for the caring and the nursing of a delicate baby. But since then, she has been with her, guys. Like, seriously, the team determined that they would hand over the baby to the Children's Welfare Authority of Lagos State Government. But Davido said his family started to plead with the hospital management. For the first time, he said Sophia too was sober, sorry, and contrite. He said they pleaded that the baby would be kept from the mother once she was returned to them and that they would take over responsibility for Imade's welfare. Davido continued by he said voluntarily, Sophia, in the attempt to avoid the handing over of the baby to the Children's Welfare Authority, agreed to compromised position that she would transfer Imade to the Adeleke family until the cannabis in the system of both mom and daughter was completely out and comprehensively cleaned out. He said the medical experts also indicate that the full damage to Imade's person could not be ascertained right away and that her mental state now or in the future could not be determined nor predicted until perhaps when she would have attained adulthood. This was why and how Imade was transferred to the custody of the Adeleke family. Beautiful people, the video continued by saying, soon as Sophia began to make vigorous demands for the brand new car promised to her by me in May. He said his father stood out of all his matter and pointedly told him, Davido, that although he was very young, but he was already making big income and therefore must learn to be a responsible adult who takes care of business properly and accordingly. He said he had instructed since May that he should provide the mother, which is the mother of his baby, with a car without delay. Davido continued by saying, but he have since had a change of mind on this issue because of Sophia's night crawling activities and reckless partying at nightclub. He said her clubbing rendezvous escalated. In fact, she had gone to a club on Victoria Island and spent 250,000 naira in one night. He said unashamedly she told the management of the club to slap Davido with the bill. He said he refused to pay, but till date, the club has never left off the harassment of his person for the statement of this white bill. He said he still don't believe that his abstinency will finally absorbed from the payment of this reckless charge. He said this was one of the main reasons he put the purchase of the car on hold. Beautiful people, he said. Meanwhile, Imade was increasingly worsened off in wellness and she had to be flown to the American hospital in Dubai. He said he wrote a letter of release authorizing his sister to travel to Dubai with Imade. The hospital saved Imade, who was returned to Nigeria with a medical equipment that had to be used daily to enable Imade to gain restful sleep and balance respiratory rhythm. He said the photograph of this equipment is hereby attached. Beautiful people, he continued by saying, if Imade had not gone to Dubai, it is fair to say that she may not be alive today. Still, some people prevented her from keeping a follow-up appointment at the American hospital in Dubai. He said for the stillest possible reason, his family would not pay for Sophia's flight ticket and thus Imade would be disallowed from traveling for the vital purpose of medical condition that led oxygen to her life. He said, which is more important to Mr. Dele Momodu, the ticket for his cousin or the overall wellness of Imade? And why can't this glamorous uncle buy the ticket for Sophia so that the life of Imade is not compromised? He continued by saying, the claim has been made that the ab- aborted trip to Dubai was to take Imade to America. This is not true. He said Imade's Nigerian passport is right now with the immigration office with no American visa embossed on it, and Imade, though qualified to possess an American passport because her dad is an American citizen, still does not possess an American passport. True, he said, her passport is being possessed, but the tenancy of her mother has caused a major delay. He said he therefore asked, how will Imade have entered America without a visa on her Nigerian passport? The great dynamics of lying is that the liar is the first to know that he has told a lie, and the lies told would certainly demolish his integrity and the peace of his soul. He said, Uncle Dele Momodu, beware. He continued by saying, so poor in understanding is the cerebral capacity of your cousin or niece that she cannot even operate the equipment that stabilizes her child's lungs despite rigorous training offered to her. He said, Exhibit 2 present. He said, she is dismally inattentive, but she is a fabulous Canon folder. He said, for all the frivolities of life, what more can he do for a woman who is not his wife? He said he is 23 and he ain't ready for marriage or even fatherhood, but he have accepted his responsibility as his father raised him to understand life and deal with all its challenges. He continued by saying the only reason why some of them are dancing naked in the marketplace today is because Sophia's request to go to Dubai that on his ticket was declined. He said she is demanding for her new car and a raise of her allowance to 1 million naira per month. The sole reason why she is demanding for the custody of Imade is to just justify the necessity for the delusional 1 million naira, a domestic matter that could have been quietly and sensibly settled, has been tossed to the public domain with the brutal consequences to the most innocent actor in the drama, Imade. He said from December 23 to 28, Sophia lived at his father's house, Lekki residence, in peace except for the first 1 hour when a medication was misapplied by her and Imade speedily vomited for a fearfully long time. He said Sophia did not know how to even bathe her own baby. Sophia brought a friend to stay with her in a 3-bedroom flat with a resident professional nurse and nanny. Overall, her stay was joyful and in alignment with the thrill of the Christmas holiday season. He said on December 29, less than 24 hours of leaving his father's house, Sophia was at the airport in the company of her uncle and his wife with malice aforethought and the aim to do maximum damage that would obstruct her child from traveling abroad to receive necessary and needful medical care. He said she was welcome to join us if she had brought her ticket or her uncle had funded her for the trip. Davido continued by saying he offered to buy her a car and suggested a Toyota brand or Hyundai. She lost her cool and told Davido off. She wanted a fancy Jeep and preferably a Mercedes-Benz Jeep. He laughed because she just wanted to be a Lagos big girl for nothing. She hardly can cope with the cheapest car, much less the ruinous cost of maintaining a Mercedes-Benz vehicle. In December, according to the video, she received 500,000 naira as her allowance without doing anything for Imade. Life is not a bed of roses. Neither have he, Davido, ever promised Sophia a rose garden. Her spontaneous motions of delusions utterly baffles me, according to the video. He said on her Twitter page, she claimed she has recovered Imade from captivity, but Imade never was in captivity. Sophia certainly knows where Imade is, and it is where she left her on December 28th at Davido's father's house. He said, what is the lie about? He said Sophia also claimed that she hasn't seen Imade her daughter in 5 months. He said this cannot be true, that Sophia spent every Sunday with her baby at Davido's father's house since July 2015, when she voluntarily transferred Imade to the Adeleke family after the cannabis incident. Davido said she and her daughter constantly appear on her Facebook and Twitter page throughout this period of 5 months. What manner of unreliable and lying person is Sophia? He said the picture of their reconciliation with Imade after captivity that she posted on her Twitter page came directly from the phone photo shot that Sophia posted for at his father's house during their Christmas stay. Then why can't Sophia ever be reliable with truth nor have a relationship with honor? He said Uncle Dele Momodu was the first to bring this domestic matter online and onto the internet. He said Uncle Dele Momodu ran smack into the internet highway on December 30th with video recording that he dishonestly, immorally, and unlawfully recorded at a government facility and office at the Murtala Mohammed International Airport, Lagos. He said, Uncle, you are wrong and you are not doing the right thing by doing a thing so unlawful over a domestic matter between a 23-year-old boy and your niece is a bothersome slight that proved your niece must have learned her sleazy ways from you, your own accomplished slap happy conduct, according to him. He said life is beautiful if we all live a simple way and do not engage criminal gadgets to replace integrity and honor. He said your worthless video recording has achieved nothing but expose your naivety and lack of decorum. Davido continued by saying your recording cannot utter the fact that I am Davido, father of Imade, and it cannot force me to be the husband of your cousin. In truth, he, Davido, don't know if you are uncle or cousin to Sophia. The word uncle has lost its esteem since the time that sleazy buckets took over our land. He says, still, Uncle Dele Momodu, it is immoral, unlawful, and unethical to clandestinely record anyone, especially friends and family member. This is scandalous. He said this scandalous act truly got you slaughtered and put a new slot on your person. He said late evening on December 30th, I responded to your vicious internet publication that attacked me and my family. As you will know, my response was a slam dunk that hurt you badly and diminish your person. You perhaps deserve what you got, but my father's counsel and the love I have for Imade prompted me to recall the arrow aimed at you. You see, my father raised me well, and I promptly compelled with his advice. He said he thus deleted all reference to the issue of December 29 at the airport and apologized to you in particular, along with all my fans. I showed you respect even if you have drunkenly provoked me. Davido continued by saying, instead of reciprocating with love and elderly wisdom, you sustained your attack of me with even more venom and hatefulness. With all due respect for my dad, I am compelled to speak to you, to your lies and your stimulation of grand self-importance. He said, I am 23 and you are almost 60. He said, your cousin has a baby for me. Rather than bring us together as a family, you wished for glowing embers to come out of cucumber. You know them. You know them well, how to grandstand. Davido continued by saying, "This is why you instructed your lawyers to put garbage on the internet in a matter that shouldn't be showcased in the court of law." He said, "Uncle, who offended you? Is it Davido, Sophia, or Imade? It cannot be." He said his late mom, often whom he named Imade. He also asked, "Is it his dad? Why have you engaged yourself in a bitter private vendetta with my family?" He said, "Uncle, you will have your days in court, but you will soonest be forced to embrace the fact that the crowning glory of your puffing and pride rests in your stunning emptiness. Again, I dare you, publish the garbage in your vanity trunk or perish." Davido continued by saying, "I am 23 and a performing artist that God immensely blessed, and I have joyfully made good in the industry. I won't do this forever, and I shall timely step aside in the nearest future. I have a degree and I am stashing my money aside so that I can build a decent future for Imade plus my future wife and family. I believe, as the Bible says, every good gift is from above." He continued by saying, "There is nothing better in life than to tell the truth and pray. May God ever stand by me and deliver to me my dreams and wishes. May He also deliver to your own children their dreams and desires. Uncle Dele Momodu, please leave me and my family alone. Even if it is clear by God's will that you can't do us a thing. As for me, this is the end of this conversation. May God lead both of us to the righteous path. I thank you very much, sir." So guys, this is the lengthy details of Davido's explanation on their circumstances between him, Dele Momodu, Sophia Momodu, their daughter Imade Adeleke, and his father. Thank you, beautiful people, for watching. Let me know your comments in the comment section. Like and share. Subscribe if you have not subscribed. My returning subscribers, old subscribers, new subscribers, God bless you real good. I'll catch you in my next one. Like and share. Also follow.